Hey everyone, I am THPion and welcome to Legions of Steel. What is Legions of Steel, you ask? I like to call it a turn-based, humans have to save the entire universe from evil alien robots squad tactics game. It's available on Steam on the 16th of July, and this is what it looks like. So we're the Space Marines, the human Space Marines, and we have to kill those robot aliens, as I mentioned. Well, not exactly in this mission, this is not our primary objective. Our primary objective is to get as many soldiers from here to there. This is our spawner, this is our exit, and every turn enemy aliens will spawn. We have to fend them off and to protect our guys, and protect our, we have to fend them off to protect our guys. God damn it, get your words right, Pion. Right at the start of the video. Anyway, so, okay, I will start with shooting. I got some units in here already, and I'm attempting to kill that evil alien over there. I have a corporal over here, so he's a little better than my regular troopers, and I can attempt to shoot this guy. And I have two options actually. I can use the regular basic firing mode, which gives me a 50% chance of 50% chance of hitting him. God damn it! Or I can use automatic fire, which gives me only a 33% chance, but I have two shots. And if you do the math, 33% chance is better than a 150% shot. So let's do that. So we click him again. Hit him and he's dead. And yeah, that's an important feature of this game. There's no damage. One hit, death, insta. So and kind of permadeath. Well, at least for this mission. Like you don't have permadeath over multiple missions, but like he's not gonna be resurrected or anything. Is what I wanted to say. So okay, so we got rid of him. There's another one. We cannot reach him this turn. We got one over here to protect us from this side, and he's about to move in this direction, and we will spawn more units. So let's spawn a few more heavies and line them up over there. Oops. Oh, okay. Doesn't allow me to get more heavy weapons in this scenario, apparently. I'm not sure if it mentioned that in the mission description, but it might have. I'm not sure. So let's just spam the map with troopers. If I remember correctly, we have to get 10 victory points. Yeah, and we get 1 victory point per... Oh, goddammit, per unit. Yeah, I guess we cannot have, we have limited amounts of troopers we can have simultaneously on the map. That makes sense for this mission, because if not, this mission would be too easy. But, anyway. So, I think we end our turn for now. Yeah, let's do that. So, we end our turn, and I'll explain that in a moment. So, there's an initiative phase, where you basically roll dice. Whoever rolls first decides the turn order. So it's always, one turn is always two phases. One phase the aliens, one phase the humans, but the order depends on the initiative roll. So do we want to move first? I'm actually not sure if we want to. Let me think. In what position are we? We're covering stuff. We could move forward. I guess it makes sense. No, let's move first. Why not? Why not? We can get in better angles. And stuff, and we probably can actually go through there. So you have 3 different walking modes, well, 2 and a not walking mode. So you can choose down here static, walk, and run. Static gives you 0 movement points or action points. Well, no, let's call them movement points, because you don't shoot with action points. You get 1 shot or 1 attack action per turn. You get 0 movement points, 4 movement points for walking, or 8 movement points for running. The disadvantage from walking and running is your position goes down, chances of hit are lower. So I guess we run here to get our troopers into the exit and score the first few victory points, because we can't do that. Sounds like a good idea. So I guess we got a victory point. Does it count anywhere? I'm not sure if it does. It might. There we go, 1 here. We get 1 score, 1 point per unit exit of the map, and 1 point for each enemy unit killed. That should give us 2 score, because we killed 1. Not sure. And I'm pretty sure first of 5 wins the scenario is wrong as well. I'm not sure, this description might be wrong. I'm a little confused now, actually. I did not double check that. Because here it says we need 10 victory points, and I think that said it earlier as well. I don't know, we will see. Is the victory point counter going up? Yeah, we got score. So we don't get score for killing, and we need 10. I'm not sure why it said otherwise in the description there. But anyway, let's move our units over there. Did I exit the heavy troopers? That's actually not what I wanted to do. Can we spawn new heavy troopers? Yeah, we can. Okay, good. Then it's not too big of a deal. Do we? Yeah, let's move him here. Yeah, I know what I do with him. Let me explain. That lets me explain more interesting concepts of this game as well. Yeah, let's get him here. We get this guy over here though. I guess we have to use another command point there. I will explain command points in a moment. Let's just spawn more units for now. More heavies. Oh yeah, you have a max count of units as well, so I cannot spawn any more heavies. But I could not have more than 2 heavies at the same time on the map as well. So 4 heavies in total, so it might have been a mistake to get them out of the map already, but we will see. Let's spawn more troopers. Oh, we're on the maximum again. Okay, and now what we want to do is actually, let's see. I think he actually can just stay here. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so he stays here. He goes in the static mode. You can choose those by 1, 2, 3, by the way, on the keyboard. So they are hotkey controls. We're talking about the UI in a moment as well. Let's actually do that now. So the game is looking a little bit like a mobile game. The reason for that, it is designed with touch in mind, because this is releasing on iTunes as well, or App Store or whatever. So it's available on tablets. I'm not sure if on phones, but it's a Steam release as well. And they actually make the effort to get good PC controls. So everything looks a little touchy, but most of it isn't. So you have hotkeys for almost everything. You can rebind them. You can see the hotkeys here. You cannot rebind them here, but you can rebind them in the launcher. Always a little annoying when games do that, but I guess it's easier because those are the pre-designed launcher thingies from the engine, which makes it a little easier for the developer. So you can rebind keys. You have hotkeys for almost everything except for turn end for some reason, and face doesn't allow you to ban a hotkey, which is annoying because it has this mobile thing as well. As you can see, I have to hold it for a second to actually end my face, which is obviously a mobile thing because it prevents you from accidentally touching it and ending your turn. You actually have to hold down. And other controls are like that as well, and actually the tutorial tells you so, which is a little weird. So, for example, I can turn my soldier either by giving him an order which forces him to turn, or I can turn him by right-clicking him and then clicking on those arrows, or by pressing the arrow keys on the keyboard. However, what the tutorial is telling you is to hold down the left mouse button on the soldier, which actually spawns the rotation buttons as well, which is obviously a touch control though, because you don't have right-click on a touch device, so you have to hold the button to get the rotation UI basically, and that obviously doesn't make sense for PC, and they implemented better ways for PC, which is good, but they don't mention so in the tutorial, which is a little weird. But the tutorial is weird anyway. We'll talk about that later though, for sure. I wanted to go back to the game after I talked about the UI. So the UI is pretty decent. It looks a little weird, but it is pretty decent. It's highly usable. So what we do is we go in movement stance, in static, I mean, static movement stance. And we just stay here, because if we don't use our shots or attack move, we will be in Overwatch basically and shoot whatever we want. You can see that if I actually, you see those tiles are yellow, this means that this guy is overwatching it. This -2 here means he is in Overwatch with the -2 penalty because he did run last turn. So my guys are, yeah. So if I don't move, I will have a 0 here. I can actually choose to overwatch as well, but if I don't attack, he will automatically cover. There are different cover modes as well, so this is quite in depth. And you can see the little 0 here, which means I don't get a modifier on my shot if someone runs into my view. Let's talk about those covering angles actually. So you have covering modes. You have basic covering, shoot whatever you see first. Then you have interrupt shooter, where you basically shoot only on units that shoot and not on units that move. Then a specific unit or a specific shooter, so a unit that shoots, but only that, like if that guy shoots, I want to shoot him first, but everything else I just ignore. Or a specific square. If someone moves into that square, I will shoot him. So this is important because you guys only have 1 shot in Overwatch. They cannot shoot unlimited. Well, heavy weapons have 2 shots, not in Overwatch though, I think. Not quite sure, no, I don't think so. So, yeah, the difference of heavy weapons is they have 2 attacks instead of 1. In automatic fire they have 4, but I don't think that's true for Overwatch. Anyway, I'm derailing my point. So what I wanted to say is, we're staying here, recovering this room. So if aliens are gonna move down here, they're getting shot by our corporal down here. So let's get our sergeant in position as well. I think we move him over here. I want to rotate him. How do we command points do we have? 3. 1, 2, 3, that's enough. Okay, so what we do is we don't use run, we don't use a regular walk to keep our modifier low. Then we bring him over here, and now rotating costs us 2 points, which means No, actually, rotating costs 1 point. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Rotating costs 1 point if you're in walking mode. If you're in running mode, it costs 2 points. Same goes for doors. Yeah, same goes for doors. If you open them in walking mode, it costs 1 point, 1 movement point. In running mode, 2 movement points. And you can strive as well, like sidestepping. You can lock the movement and then sidestep. I don't have points left right now. Wait, we can demonstrate that though. That's actually, we can actually do that properly here. That's actually good. I'm not sure why he's moving like this, but sidestepping costs us normally 2 points. Not sure why it doesn't right now. No, this did cost us 2 points. Weird. The UI was, wait. You can undo by pressing backspace or this button up in the upper left. This is easier? Why is this easier? I'm not sure why this is possible, but anyway, I want to go here. Okay, I cannot really explain that behavior. That was a little weird. I'm not sure if that was a bug or if that's intended and I'm missing something obvious here. Might be the case. Anyway, so we're covering this entrance, we're covering this room. You see this door, this is a little dangerous. This guy could potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for opening and then shoot us. So what we're gonna do is, we want to rotate this guy. We could just do so. Well, then, yeah, we can rotate this guy, cover this door. We could you can shoot doors as well, by the way, but there's actually a fairly high chance of missing. The hit chance is based on the range as well, by the way, and on your trooper. When you click on more info, you can see this diagram basically, and it depends on how far the enemy is away. Your hit chance basically, it shows your hit chance based on the distance to the enemy. And like heavy troopers have lower chances of hitting on high range, but they're pretty good on small range and deal more damage. And your corporal and sergeant are a little better. And yeah, so that's that. And actually, are they better? I think they are. 5, you get 6 to 7. Regular trooper. Actually, those are the same numbers for all the troops, aren't they? No, actually not. No, the heavy weapon has worse stats. You can see those numbers go down way quicker. 5 and 67 is the same, but it actually goes down to 38 on 3, and it only goes up to 25, and then it's on 8% already. So those stats actually differ. I'm not completely confused by this game yet. Anyway, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to cover this corridor as well, because someone could spawn there and shoot us. That would be bad. So this guy doesn't have any movement points left anymore, though. But we can do something else. We can use command points. So your sergeant and your corporal will give you command points. The corporal gives you 1 command point, and the sergeant gives you 2 command points per turn. Those are the stars up here, and you can use them for extra moves, extra turns, or extra shooting, or increasing your accuracy as well, I think. So what we're gonna do is we use a command point here to rotate that guy. We press the rotate button down here. Like this is the menu for the command. That's a little weird. That could be easier for PC controls, but I don't know. It works. So you have to get the command point down here. Then you have to click on the I want to spend this command point for rotating button, and then you have to press the rotate button. But you can actually you can actually make it easier. We can undo. And what we actually can do is we get the command point down here, and we can just press the arrow key, and it works as well. So fair enough. As I said, the PC controls are pretty decent. So now he's covering this corridor, he's covering this door, he's covering this room, he's covering this door. I think we just end the turn and see what the alien does. So they spawn 2 more nightmares. Okay, fair enough. They spawn them over here though, so that's not too much to worry about. Let's see if he's getting somewhere. Oh, he's using a smoke grenade, which makes it harder for me to hit him, but I get a good shot anyway because of a corporal here who has a pretty good accuracy and hits him. So that's good. He's opening the door and I miss. And yeah, there we go. There we come to the next important point of this game, RNG. This game is full of RNG, and I mean heavy RNG. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, there we go. There's more RNG. There again. It's their turn again. So no, they will just move again. This guy will shoot me again. This guy. Oh no, this guy's dead. Right? He cannot shoot me anymore. Yeah, miss, and he's not gonna shoot. Wait, he's not shooting me for some reason. Sometimes the AI is weird. Maybe actually a smoke grenade is his attack. It probably is. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so having big amounts of RNG is not necessarily a bad thing. It depends on the game. Like, I played poker for a long time, so don't tell me RNG is a bad thing. Not necessarily. But it depends on the kind of RNG and of the kind of the kind of game. And I feel in this game, the amount and type or in kinds of RNG we get is a little out of place. So basically, there's no good way, or not a lot of good ways, to stop someone from covering a corridor. Especially if you're using a suppression fire, which I did not actually show off yet. So, it's really easy to lock down a corridor, at least in theory. The best way to counter this, like there are some specials you can use grenades and walls to counter this, but the regular way of countering this is just to trigger the shot by running into his view. At least that's what the enemies are doing a lot. Okay, they're using those smoke grenades a lot, which I cannot use because I don't have them board. Still, triggering the shot and hoping that he misses, and then it's your turn to shoot him. And you see the amount of luck that is involved here, and combine that with the one shot or one hit kill mechanic, and you get really weird behaviors. Like, this game has so weird situations when it comes to luck sometimes that can go so much wrong, especially if it's your turn 2 times in a row, which makes it even crazier because in theory you can just run in the enemy, like you dodge it, you're completely covering that angle, but the alien is running in, dodging the first shot, shoots your first guy, has another turn, shoots your second guy, and you're completely screwed. Can happen. It's not that unlikely, and I don't know. That's okay actually if you play competitively, because you're playing multiple matches, and in the long run, it will even out, and the better player will win more games, hopefully. But if you're playing a game in a campaign mode where you're playing every map until you completed it, and then you're jumping to the next mission, it makes it really unsatisfying because it makes you feel like you did not have much impact on the game because it's so much RNG involved. Like, you just have to get lucky. Like, it's really hard to balance those missions because it's so much luck involved, and there is no sample size to even out in the long run because, as I said, you're playing single-player campaign. You're only playing this map once if you beat it. You're only repeating it as long as you lose it. It's not like you're playing a competitive match where you're playing against the same person over and over again. So, I don't know. It's a little weird. It's not... I see a lot of people getting annoyed by this, but actually... It doesn't kill the game for me, let's put it that way. This game has some issues, definitely, and this is one of them, but it's still an interesting game. Like, there are a lot of tactical elements involved. So, my goal would be to kill this guy now, which obviously makes sense. Same time, I have to think what I do about him. Do we have grenades here? No, this guy doesn't have grenades. But those are my heavies, right? Yeah. My regular troopers have grenades, so he has grenades. But I cannot move those guys without getting shot by him, which is bad. I probably can throw a grenade with him. Oh, we've thrown him from there. Yeah, okay. Let's first get rid of this guy. So we go to automatic fire. We have the 33% hit chance. We have 4 shots because this is a heavy weapon guy. So we fire, we miss, we fire again, we miss, we fire again, and we hit. There we go. 1 shot left, but we cannot use it because you can only use it to adjacent fields after you after you shot someone. You don't have to hit him. So it's not like you have 4 shots. You have 4 shots, but with restrictions. You can only use them on adjacent tiles from this one angle you're shooting from. So okay, now we have to think about this guy. Let's see. If I go here, I can. Yeah, that would work potentially. So we can go here and then throw him a grenade in the face. Yeah, I guess we do that. So let me show you. So we have K-Pulse grenades. Those just deal damage, so we could throw one here, for example. Really low hit chance though, which is annoying. Or we could use a force wall, which you can throw here, which will block his vision, and he cannot shoot us anymore. Which is probably better actually, but we potentially can do that. Oops, wrong button. Potentially can do that with this guy as well. 11% chance. Okay, never mind. Let's think of a better plan. I guess we use the force wall here. Kind of makes sense. Hope that it hits. If it doesn't, it will, yeah, do that. Okay, that did not help. So now the force wall is here. It pushed me back. Well, I mean, he cannot shoot me. So we can just wait here and hope to survive the next turn, I guess. Not the worst idea ever. In the meantime, we can go over here. I really want to cover this angle as well, though. I'm pressing escape all the time, which is not helping. Okay, let me try something. If this guy is moving over here. Can this guy... No. What's the best idea, best plan here? I want to get in here, or at least... Well, we could go in here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, that's what we do. We go here. Was thinking about getting here, but then we can get shot from this flank here. So, but getting here should make us safe, at least for this turn. So, we're going here, we're covering this area. Let's actually use suppression fire. So we press F for firing modes. We go into... Oh, we can't because we moved. Right. So we will use suppression fire on him, though. So suppression fire, you can only use it if you don't move this turn. What you will do is, he will fire this line whenever an enemy enters there. This can hit allies as well, so it's not a good idea to use it like for this line, for example, because it hits allies. But this is pretty good. Especially because it's not one shot only, it's as many shots as enemies walk in. And if someone is moving in here, he gets a shot here. If he survives and moves there, he gets another shot. And there, another shot, another shot. If he tries to shoot, he gets another shot. So suppression fire is really, really strong, but you have to not move. So that makes it a little harder. We could either try to get this guy in here, but I think I prefer having him in suppression fire mode as well. Stopping them from spawning here until I can resolve this situation here. I think we want to move this guy in this direction in general. Why is this costing so many points? Can we make this a little more efficient with command points? Maybe. Let's use command point. Damn it. Rotate him. That allows us to get there. Sometimes this doesn't work, I'm not quite sure why. Sometimes you cannot sidestep, I'm not sure if that's a feature of the... No, it's the trooper should be allowed to do so. Oh yeah, you cannot do it while you're running, right, that's the issue. I forgot, sorry. So we could go there, we could probably do this though, which allows us to get way further. That's better, and then we use another command point to rotate him. So the command point is actually, you can spend it to rotate or to move one field, but it doesn't mean you're walking. Like you can move backwards, for example, or sidewards, which can save you a lot of movement points if you're doing it correctly. So can we spawn more units, or are we at maximum? No, we can at least spawn another trooper because we lost one, right? But only one, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Enemy turn. So this is, by the way, you can spam command points on the initiative phase, which will increase the chances of winning the initiative. So you can actually influence that roll, but it's still random. We won. Do I want them to move first? Yeah. I don't want them to have 2 turns in a row again. Oh, they spawned 3 new ones. This might end badly. Okay, that's really bad because he would probably shoot me now. And there we go, suppression fire. Miss. Turns, miss. Moves, hit. There we go. Suppression fire is super strong. Come on, hit him. Hit him. There we go. Okay, at least we got that one. Still, we're in a pretty bad position. Okay, we can kill him with ease. That should not be a big issue at all. I think we want to run though. So let's go into automatic fire. Actually, I have to get rid of the force field as well. Oh, come on! Seriously? That was 1/16th of a chance, I think. There we go. Okay. Yeah, let's try to get rid of the force wall. Maybe with... Oh, no. Don't want to stop... Oh, yeah, right. Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. I had shots left with that guy, so good. Yeah, he hit this force wall. That's good, because that means we can escape. How many points do we need? 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not enough. But we have to get some units off the map so we can spawn new ones, I guess. So that makes sense. So let's get rid of those guys. Let's actually, because why the hell not, throw... Oh, he doesn't have a force wall anymore. I want to throw a force wall there. That actually would have been useful. I think we don't let the heavy trooper go through though. We position him here to block that angle, and we might actually want to use that heavy trooper as well over here somewhere. And not sure if I want to move him through. Oops. Why am I pressing escape all the time? It's right click to cancel. Okay, so we have to get rid of that alien, and we still have an alien up there, which is both terrifying. I think what we're trying to do is getting this guy over here and kill that alien. It's probably easier if we use command points. We get a little closer this way. Rotate. Yeah, use another one to move him over here. And that gets us really close. And should allow us to kill him. Oh, actually our chances are not too high. Okay, that's bad. Why are they so low though? Why did we only have 33% chance? Oh, I guess because we were running. Well, that's bad. How far do we get a new trooper? There. We get him closer with another command point. Yeah, let's try that. I don't want to use the corporal over here because he's supposed to cover this area. So let's use our last command point to rotate this guy. Move over here. And hopefully kill that. Oh god. Come on! No. Okay. Well then. I guess we move over here. And hopefully kill him. Okay. Good. Anyway, they can spawn new ones here and probably kill my corporal next turn or something, so that's bad, but whatever. They're not spawn. Well, they spawn over here, so yeah, let's stay here. He's in a good position. And end turn. Yeah, I want to move first. I want to set up better angles. Definitely. I forgot to spawn my units, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I'm an idiot. I think we get the heavy over here and rotate him. We got the corporal over here. Actually, get him over here. Yeah, that's better. We got it. Well, here. He's good. Yeah, he's good. Okay, if we get him here, well, let's demonstrate. If we go here, we saw that earlier, and rotate him, which I can't now because I did not run. Then what happens is he will throw cloak bombs, smoke bombs, and run through here, trigger my shot. The other one will spawn here and kill me. So that's bad. So instead, we go over here. We could go over here as well, but then he potentially gets a shot from here. I'm not quite sure. So I just make sure to get here. If he wants to leave from this corridor, he's getting shot. So wait, I want to use the regular walking mode though. So there we go. And the other guys are supposed to leave now. Yeah, this costs a lot of movement points, but anyway. So spawn new troopers. Oh, we're at max already. So he is covering that. We can't use suppression. Oh yeah, we moved him this turn, right? We can use suppression up here though, and here. F and 1, 2, 3, 4 is for the hotkey, for the fire mode hotkeys, by the way. Yeah, it's okay. So I was mentioning in the tutorial earlier. So the tutorial for this game is terrible. Wow, it took forever. I think it took, like, it's a tutorial campaign. I think it was, I took over 90 minutes actually to play through the tutorial, which is way too long, especially because 90% of the missions were really, really boring. Like, the tutorial was really, really badly paced. Oh, fuck this! Okay, good. And the few interesting missions were actually the missions where the hit chance was disabled. Oh no, fuck my life. Where the hit chance was actually disabled. Oh, he got a good one as well. I'm so fucked now. So basically every shot was a hit and therefore a kill. So those were kind of like puzzle levels. And those were actually more interesting, but obviously not representative of the full game or the main game at all, because, yeah, this special rule. Well, they did not kill me because I got super lucky. How many points do we have? 4. We can't get in there in time. So, we probably can kill this guy. If we're lucky, we can kill those guys. I guess we have to try. I mean, there's not much we can do besides that. Yeah, I mean, go for it. We use a command point to rotate this guy, though, because that allows us to use the static stance, which gives us pretty good odds, hopefully. Okay, good. Oh, I forgot! This guy has 2 HP. Right, he has armor. Like, it's not necessarily one shot, one kill. Guys have armor. Yeah, especially my corporal and my sergeant as well, because you can upgrade them. In the campaign, you can upgrade you get 1 skill point per mission, and you can spend them on the sergeant and the commander, and give them armor, which gives them an extra life point. This is potentially terrible. Okay, let's get rid of those guys first. Static stance. Yeah, there's a bug, by the way. If you like, normally you can select your stances by 1, 2, 3, and you can select your fire mode by F and then 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But if you did not move yet and your stance is not locked in, then pressing F2 for automatic fire, for example now, triggers the other moving stance instead of the automatic fire mode, which is dumb. So I have to enable this selected with the mouse. Okay, let's get rid of those guys. Hopefully that works. We have pretty high chances here. That's good. And there we go. Okay, so that worked. That's good. Now we have to get rid of those guys, which might be a pain in the butt. So we have to rotate this guy. We could use the command points, but then we cannot move him out of the way, so that's probably bad. Cannot move him out of the way if we don't run. Well, with command points we can. Yeah, okay, so we use regular walking mode, rotate him twice, and start shooting. We could shoot this guy, but that was probably a terrible idea. We start with him. Automatic fire, yeah, because the chances are, like, there's no real reason not to use automatic fire if you do the math. Because missing 2 shots 50% is 25%, and missing a 66% shot is 33%. So there's no real reason. Might be on lower hit chances, I'm not quite sure. Okay, good. So we got this guy. So we have to get rid of this guy as well, but maybe we can do that. So we get him over here. Use a command point to move him here. And now we try to shoot this guy. Not sure. Do we use a move? No, we can actually check. Yeah, let's check. Okay, so we could. Let's get out through all the possibilities. First possibility is we use a command point to rotate him. Use static mode, and we get 33% auto fire. Okay. Let's undo that. Let's go walking mode. Move over there. And we get 33%. Okay. Actually, there's another way. We can do this. Can use the command point to get closer. Get 33%. Or We use running. Get in his face. And get 16%. Okay, that's worse. Well, if we get 33% everywhere, then I think we use walking over here. I don't want to stay here because maybe I have to get another trooper in position. And hopefully kill him. Good. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. So now we can set up stuff. Suppression fire. Suppression fire. You're getting out of here. You're getting out of here. Those guys don't have movement points left, right? Yeah, okay. Let's hope they don't get screwed. Spawn new troopers. Oh, that's maximum again. And turn. So yeah, the tutorial is super lengthy. Really badly paced, and the worst thing actually is it involves story. So even if you're watching this video and grasping all the mechanics, you're missing story, because the tutorial campaign is actually like they're introducing the story mission, or the story, like the story intro basically. So the story is fairly simple though, like there are those evil robot aliens who are trying to dominate the universe, and all the factions and all the races are building a big aliens and trying to fight them off. And the humans are actually noticed as well. And hey, humans, there's alien life. Hi, we have to warn you. There's a big bad robot alien army coming. Can you help us? And the humans don't have big spaceships and stuff. So what they do is they create their special forces unit basically. So small squads, with really good equipment and stuff. And they are used to destroy facilities of the robot aliens, where they're just building more robots. So yeah, that's what the humans do. That's the story in half a minute. But how do we do this? We could actually get here and cover this, so we can shoot them as soon as they spawn. That's not the worst thing ever. That's actually quite effective a lot of times. Yeah, I think I want to do that. Let's lock them down. So we go over here. We use a command point to rotate him, so we don't have to run. We go over here, lock down this. Actually, no, we cannot. Well, we could get there with command points. No, I don't think that's worth it. Let's do this instead. Get some units out of here. Yeah, let's use command points to move them a little better. Rotate, get over there. Spawn more troopers. We're getting there. We're getting there. How many left? Okay, we have to get 3 more units in. That should be possible fairly soon. So let's see if we survive next turn. But I think we should be. Oh, he only spawns 1. The heavy trooper misses. The corporal hits though. Not sure why he moved at all. Okay, we got pretty lucky there that they only spawned 1. It's random for this mission. Oh, they have another turn. Great. So now my Overwatch is done, and they spawn just 3 units. So they probably kill my defenses here, but that should not stop us from winning this mission actually. Okay, corporal down. Sergeant misses. The alien misses as well. So can we get 3 units in? I think we can. Yeah, we can. And as you notice on the right, we lost 1 command point because our corporal is down, so we only have 2. But that doesn't matter because we win! There we go! Sweet. Whew! Okay, cool. Let's get to the main menu. This video is getting really long, but I want to show off one level, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So what did we not talk about yet? The settings menu. It's okay. We have separate sound and music sliders, language, and you can set difficulty for the skirmish mode here for some reason and not at the skirmish mode tab. I don't know. If you're in a match, actually those sliders are broken. They show, like, they work, but they show broken text, some default text, like setting 1 or something. You see the hotkeys here, you cannot change them here, but as I mentioned, you have a pre-game launcher, which allows you to change hotkeys and resolution, window mode full screen, no borderless window. But actually this game managed to run in full screen on the secondary monitor. Not a lot of games do that. It's not important for a lot of people, but it's important for me because I'm running a laptop setup. So I have my laptop on the right and my main screen, like an external monitor on the left. And I want the game to run on the external monitor. And Windows doesn't allow you to set the external monitor to your primary monitor. The primary monitor is always the laptop monitor. And if in most games don't run on the secondary monitor in full screen. It just doesn't work, but this game can, so thumbs up for that. I solved this problem by using Display Fusion for other games, but still good that I managed to do that, so that's good. Anyway, so settings menu is okay, nothing fancy, but this game is 2D. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention yet, this game is a board game. It's based on a board game. You maybe guessed it, actually. It looks like one. So yeah, this is an old board game, actually, from the mechanics. I should have probably mentioned this earlier in the video. Anyway, so there's a skirmish mode where you just play against an alien 1 round. So that's default stuff. Then we have hot seat mode where you can play a skirmish against another player on the same computer. And then there's a multiplayer mode where you have to log in and stuff. We're not going to do that because nobody's playing right now because we're pre-release. But you can play in asynchronous multiplayer, so you don't play by email basically. So you don't have to, or you actually cannot play a game in one sitting. You're making your turn, then you're waiting for your enemy, you're making your turn, but you can leave the match and you can play multiple matches simultaneously. So that's pretty cool. And there is a tournament mode as well in the multiplayer. I could not play it because pre-release, but that's what I've read about it. So there we go, information. Wait, why did I lose my... Did I lose my save state because... Oh, okay. It just saves missions. It doesn't save the campaign. Never mind. So yeah, I can't select next mission. I just thought I lost my save. But that's really weird anyway. It's a really, really weird menu. Like, why are you saving the missions but not the campaign? Like, the campaign is globally saved, basically. So I can select the next mission now, the race. But this is strange. This is just strange. So yeah, if your screen looks like this, you did not lose your save game. Don't worry. So there are a lot of issues with this game, as I mentioned. Some weird design decisions, which actually are based on the board game, obviously. But the board game is meant to be played competitively, 1v1, so you're getting the sample size down at some point, so the RNG actually evens out. That's, as I explained earlier, not happening if you're playing in campaign mode, where you're only playing every map until you beat it. And then you're continuing to the next one. So it's still weird to have that immense amount of RNG, and especially a weird amount of RNG where you have you're so super deadly with this one shot or one hit kill mechanic, and you can have 2 turns in a row, which completely screws over every defense you can set up. It's, I don't know, really, really, really weird mechanics. But those are the mechanics from the board game, I imagine. I did not play the board game, so I'm guessing that's 100% the mechanics. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, it's an interesting game, I would say. It has some issues. As I said, the tutorial is terrible, in my opinion. Especially the more interesting missions were those puzzle missions that I mentioned, but they don't represent the game. So, yeah, the pacing of the tutorial was completely off, and it was really, really uninteresting. But yeah, the video is going on way too long. I'm just repeating myself from now on. So let's actually wrap it up here, shall we? So, interesting game. If it's your cup of tea, check it out on Steam or iTunes on July the 16th. And it's called Legions of Steel. My name is THPion. I thank you a lot for watching. Always remember to have fun. Most important thing in life, always have fun. See you next time.